Oh, what's up, YouTube? So, it is Thursday morning. What y'all up to? We are eating a little cereal this morning. And then we're going to head over to the garage. I don't know what all we got to do today. I know I got a Honda CR-V that I've got to do spark plugs, transmission fluid drain and refill, and coolant drain and refill. So we're going to do that. And I don't know if Eddie's got anything over there for us or not. I think he said he'd be over there a little bit today, so we'll see if he's got anything. If he does, great. If he don't, it is what it is. We'll hang out over there. Might end up bringing that car back and then taking the Supra over there and messing with it a little bit. We'll just see what happens and what we got to do and go from there. Be cool to drive the car, see how I like the seatbelt placements since we changed them. See how I like it while I'm driving the car. So I like the way it felt sitting in it, but I didn't get to drive it yet, so it is what it is. So anyway, let's get some breakfast ate, get over to the shop, get that stuff done, and see what else we got to do or don't have to do, and what else we're going to get into today. Also, streetcar takeover meet is tonight. I said I wasn't going to go. I kind of want to go. It's a once a year thing, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Stick with us. All right, y'all, what's up? Well, we're in here in the garage today. I'm a little bit more awake now, feel a little better, but this is what we're working on today. So we're going to do plugs. Obviously we're not doing wires, just coil packs. So we got to do plugs, so we got to take this off. Got to do a transmission fluid change and a radiator fluid change. So we're going to start by getting this thing raised up on this lift. We're on the, I guess you call it belly pan lift. It's on the lift in the middle today. That it's like that, but it's under the car. So let's get this thing lifted up and get started on it. I'm probably going to go ahead and start by, well, I'm going to start by getting the lift correct. Then I'll start taking the intake and everything off to do the plugs on it and go ahead and get everything out. I've done called Napa, got all the stuff on the way. Just got the stuff through them today, so it is what it is. Somewhat making a change. We look at Napa and at AutoZone to see who has what and where we can get it. That's where we get most of our stuff from, is Napa or AutoZone. So anyway, oh yeah, go check him out. They do a food truck. It's I guess it would be my uncle by marriage. It's my cousin's dad. So here's what it is. Let's get this thing up on the lift and get started on it. Start getting fluids drained out of it. All right, so for the Honda, we went in and we took the skid plates off. You got that skid plate, this plate, and then you do all these little bolts and stuff, these clips. Transmission has this plug in the top of it. Take it out. The drain plug on it takes a 3/8 ratchet head. Break it loose, cut it off, and then right here is your filter. So you got 1, 2, 3 bolts, and it is a cartridge style filter. This here, it's got an O-ring on it there, and then it's got an O-ring on that cover. Once I got the cover off, I try to get it from down bottom, but honestly it's easier to get it from up top. I was trying to get it while I was draining fluid, not 2 birds out with 1 stone, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, we took these bolts out. There's one on the very bottom, and you pull this back and it's got an O-ring in there on this piece where it seals up to that. So you just gotta get it, replace it. I would anyway, come with it, come with the filter. So that's your filter, and this is a 18 Honda CR-V. Fill it up. It takes the HCF2, I think is what it is, transmission fluid. So make sure you use the right fluid, make sure you fill it up. I'll show you the as soon as I get this done, I'm going to do the plugs. I'll make sure what they're supposed to be gapped out. I'm going to do the plugs. I got NGK plugs. Always run
an NGK plug or something in a Honda. We went over that. I go over that all the time. NGK or Denso. Figured Eddie would be here. He's talking about coming up here today. But yeah, just make sure you run NGK plugs. This is my opinion. I've seen it too many times running a different plug because auto light's cheaper, but auto light's just not gonna last. You're gonna have problems. You're gonna be chasing your tail. So do that. So to fill this, it says it takes 4.6 quarts. So I put 4.6 to 4.8 quarts in it, something like that. So to test it, you got to start the vehicle up, go through all the gears slowly, make sure everything's working correct, and what you do is you get underneath, and where the drain plug is, up above it, there's another plug, and you take it out with it running. I'll have to look at it again on the site that I looked it up. While running, you take that out, and if it runs out, it's too full. But you run it, you just get it to where it's barely trickling out, and you put it back in. So, and if it don't come out, then you don't have enough fluid in it. You need to add some more. So let's get these plugs in. I always gap them. Turn that over. I always gap them. A lot of people are like, oh, they're already unplugged, you don't need to gap them, blah, blah, blah. I always do. I've run into that problem before as well. So I need to buy me a plug gapper. I have to do it a kind of a hillbilly way that I don't really care for, but that's what we're putting in it. This is the plugs that came out of it. Had NGKs in it, ZKAR8. I don't know if it's the same. ZKAR8, YJ8SY. Yeah, so same as that plug. So let's get the plugs gapped, get them in, fill up the antifreeze. This thing does take the Honda, Nissan, Subaru blue coolant. So I got 2 gallons in it. It says it holds like 4 point something quarts on a drain and refill. So we're gonna do that and see what happens. So stay with us, see how this thing turns out, and then I don't know what we're doing after this. I don't have anything planned to come up here. I do have plans for something tomorrow. I might go get the Supra, bring it up here, and mess with it a little bit. So I don't know, see what happens. So stay with us. All right, y'all, let's talk plug gapping. So I like to use filler gauges. I used to never use them. And then once I started doing, I done it. These plugs are supposed to be between 28 and 32, so we're gonna set them at 30. So I've got to take a 22 and an 8. So I did that wrong, but I had it 40, but 22 and 8, right? They make those and they make these. And these are pretty good for your old school plugs, right? I'm gonna show you on this one because it's an old plug. But once you put it in here, you just set it there and you run around, right? And that one is at like 28. That one's at like 28. So I always go by the very back side. I used to go by the middle, but going by what this one is, it says it's 28, right? So since these are 28, we're going to do 28 for the new ones. That way we get them back. The thing I don't like about these is this iridium plug is very small tip, right? See how small the tip is? So if you take this thing and you're at 25, right? Just say you go to 25 and you try to push that thing to 28 or 30 or whatever you're going to, you'll break this tip on iridium plugs. You can mess a copper plug up the same way. So if you have one of these, you still need to get something to spread apart or push together your ground, what I've always called the ground strap. This plug's pretty wore, so it's a good thing they're changing them. But just be careful if you use these. Always take them. Don't use the plug and don't use the tool to gap, right? You use the tool to check the gap, not to gap. So let's get these plugs gapped. Pretty much, I know this is gonna sound bad, but I'll take a pair of pliers, right, and use them and pull them apart if I have to. I don't like doing that. I personally have never messed up threads doing it. I always make sure that I get a ledge in there, right, and then I can do that and I can move it. I don't like doing it. I hate it. I want to get my plug gapper thing that you can buy. I will get one, because especially doing this full time, I haven't done a lot of plugs, but now that we're up here doing it in here, I'm sure we're going to have more people doing plugs. And I've just always done it that way, so I've just never done it, never bought the plug gapper thing, but I do want to buy one because it looks like it would work awesome. So anyway, let's get these plugs gapped. Not this one. This one's trash. I would do something cool. Actually, well, no, I ain't not gonna do that. My luck it'd break and bust the porcelain, busted glass. Because if you don't know, this porcelain, if it breaks, if you throw a piece of it at a piece of glass, it can bust the glass. So anyway, doggies out there whining. Anyway, let's get these plugs gapped and get them in the car. All right, so I know I was showing you how I gap them, right? I've already got these gapped now, so I'm gonna put some anti-seize on them and get them put in. But obviously you check them, right? So I said that I would do it like that, right, to get a grip on it, but I don't. I actually take it right here. When I got in motion, I finally realized, look how bad that plug is. Can y'all see that? But what I'll do is I'll put it on this ground strap like that, and then you can just take it and just little adjustments. I mean, you could go all the way, right? This is old plug, so I don't care, but you can do it all the way. The way that I push them back in is I'll take them and put them on something that's hard and flat and just push. There's a little aggravating, but you can see you can push it back down, right? That's what I do. I use anti-seize on plugs all the time. I used to never use it. But then when I really started messing with the Supra a lot and having aluminum heads, golly, it's probably back in my, well, I've had the Mark II Supra since I was 15, but even then, like, Dad always like, you use anti-seize, and I hardly ever would, but I've had a couple that felt really, really tight. So after that, I started using anti-seize, probably in my 20s. There was still a time I probably didn't use it, like on cast iron heads or something, but anytime you have an aluminum head, I would say anytime, I always use anti-seize. It don't take much. A little dab will do, right? But just put a little drop of a little drop of anti-seize on that thing, and I'll show you how I do it. Let me get a rag. Let me show you how I do that. So I'll show you one, and then we'll go from there, right? And I'll just do all of them and get them put in. But somebody's coming up, I think. Maybe Eddie's coming. But pretty much, I'll just take a little dab, put a little dab on there, right there. That's a little more than I normally put. I'll take a rag and I'll put it on there and just do it like I'm screwing the plug in, right? And see, I still got that much left on there compared to that. So I can use this to go on here and do this plug. So that little dab actually done 2 plugs. It don't take much, you just gotta have a little bit in there. Let's get them in. All right, YouTube, so I didn't put a video out for Thursday, right? Today is Friday, so it is what it is. We're gonna continue on with this one. Today we're going to the shop. What was that yesterday? The other shop, not my house, the other shop. We get a little bit of late start. It's like 8:40, so we'll probably be over there about 9. But Chris is driving my truck. I don't know if you can see it or not. Chris is driving my truck, and those bumpers and stuff we painted for the MG the other day is going to go on today. So we're going up here to get the MG going, and Ashley's going to follow me over to the shop because well, MG doesn't have tail lights, turn signals, any of that in it right now because I haven't put the car together, and that's why we're taking it over here. We're going to put it on a lift and put that car back together. So let's get in here, get it jumped off, get to the house, or get to the shop, and actually I'm gonna have Chris come back over here because I didn't get everything, but it is what it is. All right, so we're starting to get some progress here. We got lights on, bumpers on. We're missing one of these, but we got a parts car up there, so not a huge deal. So getting there, bumper's just dirty. These are the ones I painted the other day. So we get in there. I got the front wheels off because these lights on the front, they didn't have plugs, so we had to cut the wires. So we'll have to extend the wires a little bit and plug them up. So is what it is. We'll get it. I gotta hook that one up, and I gotta hook the one on the other side up, and then I got to reconnect these here. But got this piece in. I gotta put the valence on. I'm gonna put the valence on before I put the bumper on, obviously. So got that. But other than that, we got a couple runs I got to get out of it before he gets it back. So we'll get those done. I mainly want to get all the stuff back on it today. He does have a brand new side mirror to put on, new steering wheel to put on, shifter boot to put on. I think he's got a console with all right, let me grab that. I don't know who that is. It's probably a spam number actually, but let me grab it. As I thought, spam number is what it is. But we got a couple runs we got to get out, and then we're gonna have to wash and buff the car, just because. So I painted this car, right? I painted it, and then I turn around, and after I painted it, he's like, "Hey, I want to get my sons done first." And hopefully that didn't mess me up, but I had radio on. Hopefully I was talking loud enough. It is what it is. But yeah, anyway, I had his son's done first, or I had this one painted, and he's like, "I want to get my son's car done first." So that's when we started working on the silver one. Then it was like, we got it pretty well done, and he was like, "You know what?" There's like, let's get the other one done first. So we've been kind of going back and forth. It is what it is. We brought this one up here to the shop today because I didn't have anything planned up here today. I was like, well, at least this will be up here and I can work on it. If something comes in, of course, I'll stop on this and do that, like whether brakes or oil change, something like that comes in. Of course, I'll stop on this. This is just a filler to be here to have something to do instead of me sitting up here twiddling my thumbs, you know what I'm saying? So let's get to work. I'm not gonna worry about snapping the top. She must have lost a nut. I'm not gonna worry about snapping the top today because I think he's gonna leave the top down most of the time. So it is what it is. But we got the trim pieces, a steering wheel, a shifter boot, a shift knob, new mirror, put the wipers on, all the stuff we painted black. Painted the wiper arms black. This thing has 3 wiper arms. I painted this piece that goes right here black. He wanted to leave the rest of it chrome, so that's what we're gonna do. Is what it is. So anyway, let's get to work. All right, YouTube. So we are we're getting it, y'all. We got the park lights in up there. We got these lights in, the tail lights, the bumper, the tags on. I'm gonna raise it on up because I gotta do some wiring here. So I'm gonna raise it up and get some wiring done. And then after we get the wiring done, we'll put this front valence back on. And on this thing, the bolts broke off. So we're gonna have to, improvise. So let's get to work. She's over here cleaning the valence right now. So let's get to work and get this thing hopefully most of the way put together today. All right, y'all. It's getting about that time of day to go home, but we got bumpers on, we got the valence on, we got everything wired back up, good to go. We got to put the wheels on. He's got some bushings and stuff, a little rough, but it is what it is. But yeah, everything looking good. See, I got little runs in it. I gotta get out. I got one there and one there. Clean it up. I'm gonna clean it up real good. Figure out where it is. I need to fix all that little stuff. But I'm gonna get these tires put back on, these wheels put back on. I wanna check the tire pressure, and we're gonna probably head to the house. So probably within about the next 15 minutes or so. Oh, my back hurts. 15, 20 minutes, I'll probably head to the house. We got a car coming to the house, so we gotta do some stuff too. Car that we've messed with before. It's a 3000 GT, but he's bringing it over this evening. He probably won't be there till about 6:30 or so. Then we'll go over there, get everything ready for him because that car will have to stay in the garage, so I need to pull the Super out. So let's get these wheels and tires on, get this over to the house, and I'll have to get somebody to bring me back up here to get my truck, but it is what it is. So anyway, let's get it. All right, so I will show this on the little TSV thing, but this thing here, it says if you take some toilet paper and you put it right there against that, it should not suck it in. It sucks it in. It's not supposed to do that. So I'm gonna go in here and read it again, but that's what it says. So I don't know if he watches these videos. Alex, thank you, buddy. I called Alex, he works Chevy dealership, and I told him what was going on, and he looked it up, and he's actually, he knew before he even looked it up, but he told me about it. He's like, man, this is what it is. And it's actually the PVC system on it, PCV, PVC, whichever one it is, PCV, I think. Anyway, it's that system on it, but in order to do this on these, you have to replace the whole valve cover. These are made into it, but they get a crack in the diaphragm in them and they mess up. So let's go in here. I'm gonna read about it again to make sure and go from there. But we've already ordered the valve cover because I trust Alex, and he said he's dealt with this a bunch. So we ordered the valve cover. It'll be here Monday. We'll come up here and put it on Monday, see if it fixes his problem. So I don't remember if I showed you earlier in the video, this thing had an oil leak. The drain line is leaking out, where the drain line goes into the oil pan, it was leaking out of it. So what happens is that's messed up, and it creates crankcase pressure, and when it does that, it pushes the oil out places. So hopefully if we fix the valve cover issue, we'll fix the pressure with that. If not, I've ordered the hose, I've already got it. So if that doesn't fix the oil leak, because now that's blow by, it's probably ruined the seals, but if it doesn't fix the oil leak, we'll put that hose on. So, but anyway, that's a project for Monday. We'll come over here Monday and do it. All right, I'm running low on my battery on here, so hopefully I got enough to show you this. But I'm gonna spin it around. If you want to read all of it, you can pause it or whatever. So here is all that stuff. So this piece, and it's made into the valve cover. That's a PCV, whatever, yeah, PCV system. If it's normal, it could flutter, which, you know, flutter back and forth, right? A torn crankcase pressure control diaphragm will cause the tissue to be held against the port, which, so what I was doing when I would put it against it, it would just suck against it. So that PCV is definitely definitely bad in that thing. Definitely bad. So we're gonna put that on, and hopefully that fixes his problem. But it's pretty cool little information if you have one of these cars. The cars that it is on is an 11 to 16 Cruise, a 12 to 19 Sonic, 15 to 19 Chevy Trax, and 12 to 15 Volt. It actually had some other, a Buick Encore and a Cadillac ELR, the Encore 13 to 19 and the ELR 14 to 17. So with that being said, I'm out. I'm in this video. I feel better about ordering that valve cover now, because by what this said and doing the little tissue trick, it is 100% bad. So it's definitely bad either way. So he's got to start somewhere. So we'll get this put on for him. Monday, I will video that if you want to watch it. Might be entertaining Monday, because I think there'll be a couple people here other than me. So I normally wouldn't be here on Monday. It would be the other guy's turn, but one of them's on vacation. A couple of them will be here, but I'll come up here and do this for him that morning. Anyway, I'm out. I appreciate y'all watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that stuff. I really appreciate it, y'all. We're growing. I've had a couple more subscribers, and I ain't really been doing shorts much, and we are growing in watch hours. So thank y'all. I appreciate it. I will keep doing these videos. I'm going to keep doing them regardless, but it's nice to have people that actually watch them, and you might learn something. You never know. This is something that I learned today, and big thanks to Alex down at Everett Chevrolet. I've known him for a long time, and I reached out to him, and he helped me with this to make sure I'm not just throwing parts at this thing. So awesome, because the part that I was going to pick was something different, but it is what it is. So it's another part that normally goes bad. This thing has 3 PCV valve things on it, but he said this is the one that goes bad and causes the problem. So appreciate y'all. See you on the next one.